Alrighty, it's Guys of Arcadia time. Kinda figured my mom would be up here. My in-game mom. Oh, there she is. That's not her. My mom is down in the pirate zone. We gotta feed so many things. Oh. There we go. How do I use? Exactly like that. Okay. Oh, there's Skies of Arcadia Mom. Hello.
Hey, hello.
Hello.
Oh, how goes the Skies of Arcadia?
It just started.
I'm just enjoying yet another here's a thing hidden in the world mechanic.
Oh yeah, no, that's
It's not just the moonfish.
the moon rocks.
It's not just the moonfish or the moonberries. Though to be fair, there's other ways to get moonberries, since they can just randomly drop from fights.
Yeah. Hi, Captain.
I like the little icon for there's a thing nearby.
Well, we're probably not going back into yellow zone, so let's go to Nasser.
All right, I've caught up. I thought I already hit live on the stream, but it was still behind.
Okay.
I was watching you run in circles around the mines looking for the little thing on the ground.
Did do that quite a bit.
So I'm going to throw this out there. I really like a world map with a grid.
Yes, it's very useful.
Reminds me of Wind Waker. I also just like the visual aesthetic of it. If they ever made another Mega Man Legends, A, I would want you to be able to fly around with an airship like this and go to like different islands. B, I would want the world map to be like a sea chart.
That would make sense to me. Oh, these little enemies still just look like little flying ghost Spider-Mans.
A little bit.
Oh, there we go.
This is why you don't sell your marriage to the devil. You end up as a generic random enemy in JRPGs.
This makes sense to me.
Random aside, speaking of terrible afterlives, how far are you in Doom?
I haven't played in a couple days, so I did the mission that felt like the Halo Reach mission, where you're flying the dragon.
There's some very funny things that happen later in that game.
I have been playing a lot of the Capcom Fighting Collection 2 that came out.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that last time.
We did not. It's
I
got
still need to pick that up.
Capcom versus SNK 1 and 2 in it. Those games are neat.
Mm-hmm.
It's got Capcom Fighting Evolution in it. That game is weird.
It's
but
super weird.
In a way I can kind of get behind. One of the characters is just a full-size T-Rex. And its like punches, it just waves its little arms. And it's very silly.
Isn't that Hauser?
That is Hauser from Red Earth.
Red Earth, the better primal fury.
You're not even
Primal Rage?
Wrong.
Was it Primal Rage
I think
or
Primal Rage, I think, is what you're thinking of.
Probably Primal Rage.
Where it was the dinosaur fighting game with little dudes who would...
Yes. And your health bar was like a heart with veins, and when you decreased the veins, your heart exploded.
Alpha 3 is Alpha 3, and I've learned that I don't particularly care for it. But that's also just me not particularly caring for normal Street Fighter that's not, I guess, 3 or 6.
Yeah.
I finally understand Power Stone. I played it when I was younger, like when I first got Dreamcast cables, so younger by virtue of being like a freshman in college, which is weird to think of that as younger at this point. But you know, time comes for us all.
Yeah.
And then Project Justice is amazing.
So there's something I was curious about regarding Project Justice because I was reading up on this. Apparently, the Japanese version of the game has a full create a character system.
So I don't think it's that version, because I think it's the arcade version. The Japanese Dreamcast version has the create a character.
Okay. Damn.
But I haven't booted into the Japanese version of Project Justice, so I couldn't tell you for sure.
How weird would it be to have like an arcade cabinet that had a create a character system?
Nowadays less
so you
weird.
Could, like, well, yeah, but like I like the idea that you could make a character on like an arcade cabinet, and then it would stay there for the next person who went to play the game.
Oh, that would be crazy, but in a way
Yeah.
I can kind of get behind. Because I thought you just meant like, because a lot of arcade games have like that pass thing nowadays. I forget what company is responsible for those.
No, I mean like you make your Soul Calibur Abomination in a Chuck E. Cheese, and then that's just there. Until the staff does the cleanup and is like, we gotta get rid of all the weird furry creations. People are complaining. But also, hey, you new guy, you're good at the video games. Get over here and make a custom character Chuck E. Cheese. I don't even know if Chuck E. Cheese is still around. I assume it's still in business.
I think it is.
That's just my go-to for what would have an arcade cabinet.
The
first time I ever saw, like, I think it was X-Men versus Street Fighter, was an arcade cabinet in a Chuck E. Cheese. I didn't get to play it.
My local movie
theater
had a Marvel vs. Capcom machine for a little bit. Back when I had a local movie theater.
Mm-hmm. No. The local movie theater where I grew up was small and racist.
All right.
It did not have arcade cabinets.
That was easy.
Other than the last game in that CVS2 collection, you can see what I think of it as.
Yeah. I mean, you're not super wrong.
It's called like Plasma Sword. It was the one that I had not really heard of. And it's
the only reason I know that exists is because of Hayato from MBC2.
Yes. So that's the sequel to the game that he's originally from. And it's hilariously Capcom got in on the Soul Calibur but with Star Wars characters well before Soul Calibur 4 happened. Because that game is just, what if Soul Calibur was Star Wars?
What if Masters of Terras Kasi was good?
Well, like, specifically it plays like Soul Calibur. Because you have a horizontal slash, vertical slash, and kick. Those are your attacks. And then there's, like, some weird fucking Operation Paperclip man who becomes Darth Vader. Oh. So I guess I have to go around. Because I can go in here.
Alright, I do gotta ask.
Alright.
Have you... You know, it's been a little while now. Have you seen or watched or have any interest in that Endor show they made?
I have not watched it yet, but I probably will at some point, but you can talk about it freely because... I don't know.
Mostly I was just thinking, not in like specific terms, but someone was bringing up how funny it is that the show is like a dark, serious, political, like thriller / spy drama. Like there's all this like background maneuvering and just like dark shit going on, and people backstabbing each other. That's a great picture.
This is an amazing picture.
I love that.
In fact, hold on. Like, Because that's not gonna be the thumbnail, but it's gonna be the thumbnail.
Yeah,
We're gonna just grab
That's incredible.
grab a print screen of that. There's probably an easier way to do this, but you know what? Whatever.
this works.
This works.
But no, regarding the Andor, there's all this serious crap going on, and it's just it's very dour,
Yeah.
And so he was like, the problem is that all of this stops, like, what's the term? It's jarring to remember that the guy everyone is sneaking around and trying to hide all their shit from is a fucking dude wearing a black cloak and a hood, just sitting in a throne, being like, yeah, and just shooting lightning out of his hands.
Infinite power.
Like, if you ever actually saw the Emperor in that show, it would immediately kill the premise of the show. Because it's like, oh, right, the guy leading the Empire is an evil space wizard. Forgot. I forgot this is all about space wizards.
See, that's also why I like Star Wars Outlaws so much.
Mm-hmm.
There were no space wizards in that game.
That is...
Asterisk.
Oh, okay.
Darth Vader shows up like twice, and then fucks off.
I'm not gonna lie, he's one of the last people I expected to show up in that game. Felt like you should run into, like, Darth Maul. Didn't they tease him being a criminal in one of those movies?
Because he's the lady from Game of Thrones' boss in the secret spy organization or something.
Oh, right, from the Han Solo thing.
Yeah. The lady who knows Terraskasi.
Yes.
Which is...
I'm bringing it back to Terraskasi.
It all comes back to Terraskasi.
All right, here's my thing. Here's my pitch to save Star Wars. Give me control. I will make a Terraskasi TV show that's just a fighting tournament. We'll bring in the Mandalorian. He'll have Grogu as like a striker support character doing Force stuff from the sidelines.
I support this, but what I want it to be like WMAC Masters, but Star Wars. How's that?
Sand people have infiltrated the dome.
Yes.
I can work with that. But I'm also going to need to have a time warp happen so we can have Darth Vader there and Yoda so that another time warp can happen and they fall into Soul Calibur.
Well,
and Starkiller, I guess.
Yes.
Also, hello, Grab in the chat.
That was not the city.
That wizard didn't come from a moon. It's a space station.
Oh. Ship fight, ship fight, ship fight.
No, hey.
Oh, look at this ship.
All right.
That's a cool
That's
looking.
a lot of guns.
That's a cool looking ship.
No. That's just a generic ship, even. This guy doesn't even have a name. Also, regarding our previous Final Fantasy discussions regarding the magic set,
Can you suplex
Genova
Genova?
survives a suplex.
Okay.
Survives a suplex. Also, Edgar, Sabin's brother, survives a suplex.
I believe we did talk about that.
Well, there's another Edgar that just came out.
Okay.
One was for the Commander decks, one is for the actual set. The Edgar in the actual set survives a suplex. But, I want to point out, he has a mechanic that I think you'd really enjoy.
Oh.
Which is, he has an ability called Two-Headed Coin, which is the first time in your turn you have to flip one or more coins. Those coins come up heads and you win automatically.
That's great.
So you can just cheat at coin flips.
That's amazing.
It's pretty good.
That evasive action did not work as well as I'd hoped.
Interesting random news I just stumbled across. Apparently, the Raito remasters are actually just straight up remakes.
I did see that. Where like, we were talking about this before. The random encounters are gone. Apparently there was a mahjong in the original Japanese version that got cut out of the American version, and they're putting it back.
Mhm.
All the mahjong sickos like me can play some mahjong with demons, I guess.
I mean, what else are you gonna do if you're a demon?
Lost? What does that even mean?
All right, killed all those men.
Yep.
They did not parachute out of there.
Not. I found the Wandering Lake. Sure, okay. Whatever. Is this the city? Here's the city. We got ditched. Okay, bye. Again.
I mean, at least he left after everyone caught up in level, pretty much.
Yeah.
Fina excluded, but you know.
Oh, a torpedo. Show me your wares, mystery merchant.
Maybe I did play at least this far because that torpedo thing sounds familiar. I think that might have been what I was thinking about when I was thinking of like hitting multiple times on a turn.
Oh,
It's
that
like
might be
firing a bunch
because
of
yeah.
torpedoes to land on one turn.
Rupee of the Larso clan. Oh, it's the way that this was just flatly said is very funny. All right, thanks, buddy. Oh, look at this thing. I love it.
Oh. I was half expecting it to talk to you.
Oh. The thing is going off. There's a space rock somewhere.
No.
Is that? Oh, there it is.
And I do not miss the days of invisible items you have to click around to find.
Yeah.
I'm glad that's not really, that I can think of, not really a thing in games anymore.
I think even Pokemon's kind of stepped back from that.
Yeah, like,
Those
do
kind
they
of
even really have the item finder anymore?
Not really.
Granted, they have not played, I think, a recent Pokemon game in a little while. So I'm not sure, but...
I don't. They just have like. I don't like. There's still like items on the ground that aren't the Pokeballs, but they're just like sparkles, so you can actually see them. Well,
Alright, I'll be right back. Gotta toss some things.
go toss some things, as long as they aren't cookies. Now my other thing's going off, but I can't seem to find thing.
Right, I'm back. I was looking through the unlockable stuff on the new Doom, and I think it's interesting that there's two different unlockable like skins for difficulty. One is for beating the like Pandemonium difficulty, which is basically like a cool white and gold skin, and the other one for beating the like Ultra Nightmare difficulty is like just solid gold. And I think it's funny that those are the way they are, because Ultra Nightmare is the harder one to clear, from what I understand.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks way worse, in my opinion. Just, I don't know, I've never understood the appeal of, like, the complete solid gold skin.
Yeah, not my favorite.
Like, the one that's, like, white with gold details, to me, is way cooler.
Oh, hold on. Well, that's exciting.
Oh?
There's a tornado warning.
Oh, that's, you should maybe take that seriously.
Probably.
Maybe we'll delay the stream until you're no longer in danger of being destroyed by the wrath of God.
Maybe haps. Let me take a quick peek at the weather radar. It's breaking in a weird path, which is interesting. I do think I might go find that save point and
Yeah, I think just to be safe.
just to be on the safe side. I may be back later. I may not be. Who can say? Well, I mean, I'll probably be back at least tomorrow, but
Yeah.
it did say it was like until 8 o'clock, which is in an hour. That seems crazy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no, that's a serious threat.
yep.
Best not to mess around.
It's been weird weather here lately.
You don't want to be flying your airship when a tornado hits. Is all I'm saying.
You don't. So join us for part 3.5 maybe in a couple hours, or part 4 tomorrow. Who can say? I sure
find
can't.
out.
We'll find out together.
Be safe.
Be right back, or something.